What if my narcissist didn't hoover? What does that mean? What do I do now? You see, in the realm of narcissism, and as people learn about NPD, how it works, how it goes back and forth, the terminology, gaslighting, manipulating, love bombing, all this type of stuff, people start realizing the words of hoover. So hoover is the idea of the narcissist that they want to try to get back into your life. So they'll try to do that any way possible. So they'll try to reach out to you. They'll try to reach out to you through just regular text, through phone calls, through Instagram, like whatever it might be. They'll try to reach out just in a small way, just to be able to engage in some type of communication, because if a narcissist can step back into your life just slightly, they can start a conversation that can lead to controlling you. They are masters of their craft. They are masters of manipulating. So if they can just get in the door just a little bit, they got a chance to be able to control you. So narcissists will do that through what we call hoovering. Again, it can be you just reaching out, contacting. It can be trying to contact you through different people. So maybe you've blocked them and they start calling, your friends. Be like, hey, I'm worried about so-and-so. I haven't heard of them. Like, I haven't heard of what's going on. Or they'll start calling your family. Like, hey, have you seen, have you heard? And if the family and if the friends aren't educated, they might actually say more than what they should. So you have to be careful about that. With hoovering, they'll try to reach you through any avenue possible. They might stalk you. They might show up at your work. They might show up at your house. They might try to contact you through your kids. Like, you never know. But they'll try to get back in your life. Anything they can do to get a small foothold that can lead to control. So hoovering will happen, like I said, with many different things. There's a person I was talking to the other day that how they were hoovering is they were interacting with the person saying like, hey, I just really miss the dog. Like, I know we're not together anymore, but like, I just want to come over and like, interact with the dog. Cause like, it is our dog. Like, we had him since a puppy, like all this kind of stuff. Hoover, 100%. Because they don't care. They didn't care about you, which is why they left. Like, they're not going to care about the dog. The only reason that they're caring about the dog is to get a foothold back in your life. So a lot of times you hear about hoovering in the whole narcissistic community, and people start getting this concept in this mind in their head that hoovering always happens. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't. But what happens is you'll get in a narcissistic relationship, you'll get out of it, and you start learning all this stuff about narcissism, and then you start realizing, wait a second, like, there's hoovering, and they didn't hoover me. Like, they didn't come back. Like, what happened? What went wrong? And people will start to take that concept and they'll twist it around to start making them think that they did something wrong. Now, if the narc doesn't do the normal hoover, there's another aspect called reverse hoover. That's where they don't contact you. They don't reach out. They might touch base with like friends and family or like people that are in your same like circle of friends, not to contact you, but just to make their presence known, to make sure that you know, that they know that this stuff's going on. They might post stuff on social media that correlate back to you. One person that was posting about like astrology and stuff, and then all of a sudden the narcissist starts posting stuff about astrology. Never posted about that before, but starts posting, and all of a sudden they're like, wait a second, is that towards me? And they start doubting, they start wondering. Or the narcissist will start the shame, or they'll start the smear campaign. Just anything they can do that doesn't contact, I didn't reach out to you, but ends up making a scenario that you have to reach out to them, or that you want to reach out to them. This is what's often called the reverse hoover. Well, they'll do a lot of different things around you. They might even like a post. They might even view your story. They might do several different things like this, so it starts messing with your mind, and you start thinking like, maybe I need to reach out. Or when they leave, they'll try to make sure that you feel all the blame. So they sit back and be like, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait till this person thinks about it for a period of time. I'm going to post a bunch of stuff on my social media saying like how I was hurt, how I was abused. And it's going to mess with your mind till you get to the place of like, you know what, maybe I should reach out and apologize. Maybe I should reach out and apologize for like what I did or how I responded. And maybe that'd be the right thing to do. The narcissist on the other side of that is counting on that. They're counting on your emotions, your goodwill, and your empathy in order to be able to control you. If you've been in a toxic relationship, if you've been in a relationship that's lying, gaslighting, manipulating, cheating, all that stuff's built on lies, and you've gotten out, stay out. Don't even go back to the point of, hey, let me apologize. Hey, let me smooth things over. Hey, let me end things normally. That's for normal relationships. That's not for narcissism. It's not for toxic relationships that are geared towards controlling you. All that is a way for them to get a foothold back in your life and start to control and manipulate you. So I've talked about hoover, talked about reverse hoover, and they get to the place where people know all about these terms, hoover and reverse hoover, and they leave the narcissist, and then they don't contact them. They don't hoover, they don't appear to reverse hoover, they literally just don't contact them. And then the person starts thinking, maybe this was me. Maybe I'm the person that was the narcissist. Maybe I'm the person that caused all this. Maybe it was all me. It wasn't. And it's not true. And you have to look at the facts of the relationship, the facts of the rage, the facts of the cheating, the facts of the gaslighting, the facts of the isolation, everything that the narcissist did. You have to take a look at that and start to see and start to understand that the facts don't support that concept that it's all your fault or that it's you. But that'll happen. People will get to the place and they'll think like, why didn't the narcissist hoover me? Was I not good enough? And a lot of times when they talk about this, when they ask this question and when they're struggling with it, I try to ask them to like define. I was like, what does hoover actually mean to you? And a lot of times the answer is when they're struggling with this question is like, well, I thought like if he'd hoover me, then at least show that I was like good enough or like that he cared. I'm like, that's it right there. That he cared. Did the narcissist actually show that he cared? No, he didn't. He raged at me. He yelled at me. He manipulated me. He controlled me. Exactly. See, what you're looking for is you're looking for the narcissist to hoover you back and to show this care when they actually didn't. They didn't show care. They weren't loving. But you're looking for a false reality. You're looking for something that doesn't exist. So when you put that question in your mind of, why isn't he hoovering me? Did he not care? That question right there needs to be changed around. And you need to start thinking of it differently. It's not that they're not coming back because they're not caring. It's because they didn't care at all. It's why they cheated. It's why they gaslit. That's why they lied. That's why they left. And so the fact of them not coming back isn't like an idea of them caring, because they don't care at all. If you like what you see here, please follow for more. Please subscribe. Would love to interact with you on any of my social medias. So check out my smaller videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Would love to interact with you there. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like. Thank you so much if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I really appreciate that. Feel free to give me some ratings or reviews or just drop some comments so I know what questions you have, what thoughts are going on. Would love to talk to you more. If you want to interact with me one-on-one or in a group setting, reach out to me with rawmotivations.com. Would love to talk to you whether you're a narcissist or suffering from narcissistic abuse. That's what I'm here for, to be on this platform to bring awareness, hope, healing, growth, and change. Thank you so much.